Mr. Mark the Back Row Ministry coming at you live and direct from the lab, uh, March the 16th. Real quick, got a quick post. Saw this today. I think I was checking out Yahoo News. Big piece on the Attorney General, Jeff, I'm not a communist Sessions. That's what we're going to call him. Jeff, I'm not a communist Sessions. And this whole thing about medical marijuana. So let me put out a disclaimer real quick. I'm not saying I'm for or against medical marijuana. So I'll just put that out there as a disclaimer before I start this. It's basically based upon your decision. Some people feel it has medicinal purposes. Some people don't. That's just where we are. But Jeff Sessions puts out this article about, how we have to stop medicinal marijuana and, it's a gateway drug and it can lead to more addicts and all this BS. This is Jeff, I'm not a communist Sessions. So let me tell you why Jeff Sessions really, really posted this. Don't think for 1 minute any people right now or anybody who's going through this or anybody who knows someone who's suffering from addiction or families that are being ruined by addiction, don't think for 1 minute that Jeff Sessions gives a fuck, and I stress that, gives a fuck about your kids, their addiction. He doesn't. His whole push today had nothing to do about the heroin epidemic, drugs in the communities, overdose deaths, had nothing to do with that. His whole push was the opposite. His whole push was a push to keep your kids on drugs, keep them using opioids, and keep the pharmaceutical companies happy. Because at the end of the day, Jeff Sessions and the rest of his cronies work for the pharmaceutical companies who don't want to see people use medicinal marijuana because that's going to put the opioid companies out of business. That's going to put some of these other companies out of business. Those that push benzodiazepines and all these other substances that they claim people need so badly. So this was Jeff Sessions' defense of the pharmaceutical companies because he wants to keep your kids on drugs. They want to keep the opiate flowing because they got an overflow of opioids coming from Afghanistan, of all places, the place they liberated. Some of the biggest dope dealers on the face of the earth. So this whole thing with Sessions today with this, oh, I care about your kids, and it's a gateway drug, it's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of true crap. The only thing Jeff Sessions cares about is keeping companies like Pfizer happy and some of these other poverty pimpers, some of the other biggest dope dealers in the world happy. And those are what we call legal dope dealers who charge $800 for a box of pills, charge people who suffer from cancer $12,000 for a box of pills for treatments that they need. These scumbags who claim to be trying to help people but just trying to line their pockets. The most biggest dope dealers in the world. These are the suckers that the police and DA need to be locking up. Instead, they locking out little Leroy on the corner trying to make a living any way he can. They need to be locking up these suckers who are charging people $12,000 for pills and $800 for pills. That's who needs to be getting locked up. Jeff Sessions, hypocrite, sellout, and puppet for the pharmaceutical companies. Mr. Moxie, peace out.